Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. My bad. My bad.
All right,
You good?
all right. We good. We good. We good. All right.
We good? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay.
Sorry
My
about that,
bad.
man.
My bad on that. My bad on that one.
I was like, man, I was like waiting on to send a link. I hit you like, man, send me a link. Send me a link.
Yeah, I did. I thought I did though, bro. I thought I did. My bad, man. Yeah, I'm new at this thing, Rob. Like I said, man, on last week, I appreciate you for joining in.
Yes,
Got a
sir.
lot of feedback on it. Man, I went to work, right? I mean, going in the office, get my paperwork and get everything. And everybody said, good show last night, but no, I'm looking around. How these white folks know what? How these white people know that I was online? Got to show you those. And then they say, "Hey man, y'all did a good job, man. I enjoyed that." I think people that don't even speak to me.
Yeah. Hey,
So
that's
I
how it's
appreciate.
supposed to be, though. That's how it's supposed
Yeah,
to be.
hey, I'll tell you, but I appreciate you though, man.
Oh man,
Like I
anytime,
said,
man.
last week we talked about the offense, and this week we're gonna get inside the defense. Uh, Coach Prime, last year you had like I was telling the people 5 minutes ago, we had Charles Kelly as the defensive coordinator last year, but now we got a new
Robert Lynch.
defensive coordinator in Robert Lexington. He's from the Cincinnati Bengals, and he was the safety and defensive back coach.
Yes, sir.
So I don't know what kind of defense he gonna run, but I think however the season goes, it gonna depend on this defense. And
Yes,
if
sir.
the defense do good, this is my opinion, Robert Levis is gonna get all the credit. And if this defense do bad, he gonna get all the blame. That's just the way it goes. And if they really do good, and if he develops some players, he gonna get a shot at being a head coach in college or a defensive coordinator in the pro. That's how I'm expecting to go. But what's your take on Robert Levis, the new defense coordinator?
Man, one of the things I love about right now with Robert Livingston is what we're getting in this situation, right? Not only are we getting a player personnel guy, we're also getting a person that scouts, just understands player personnel. So right now, he's just evaluating the players to put them in the right position. As you see, a lot of players in the spring are changing positions. Right now, he's and so he's evaluating. He's not coming in saying we're going to run this. I don't care what's going on. This is my system. He's coming in to evaluate the program right now, where it stands at, and really get in line to see what do we have to understand what we're gonna run. So I think it was a great move by Prime, especially not just Robert Lipson that he brought in, but some of the defensive position coaches that he brought in too, which I know we're gonna get into later. But I think putting Robert Lipson in place right now is a phenomenal thing, and I just can't wait to see what he does.
Okay. I see Coach Ray on join in. Coach Ray, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, boss.
Okay. What's your take on the new defense coordinator, Robert Levis?
I mean, at the end of the day, man, it's a great hire. Coach said he wanted guys with the NFL caliber and NFL pedigree, and you see the way the man worked his way up through the ranks. He was a scout, then he was a position coach, and all that good stuff. So I just think it's a great hire. And he knows what NFL coaches are looking for from defensive players. So that's the best look that you can get from a guy to coach your defense in college. So that's the best. So that's the best setup for us. So I'm very pleased with the hire. And like you say, if you don't, I just like the hire all the way around.
Right. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. And now let's talk about some certain players on the defensive side of the ball. Uh, I'm gonna start with the defensive front and the defensive tight. All right. Shadendos, the transfer from Houston. They call him
Shadosius.
Block Bully.
Yes, sir.
Shadozian. I mean, they call him Block Bully. I looked at him. I think I seen about one film on him. Everybody seemed excited about this guy. What's so special about Shadozian that we should be looking for? Come on, Coach Drake.
Uh, he's gonna demand a double team. You can't block him with one kid. I think a lot of people look at the production and they don't see the production. But when you play that nose tackle, when you play that nose tackle spot, It's about can you demand a double team? Because if you demand a double team, then somebody gonna be free. That linebacker, somebody coming home free, and the block bully gonna demand a double team every time he on the football field. So that's the biggest catch, and that's why he's who he is because he's gonna demand a double team.
All right, Rob.
When you look at Chidozie, the black bully, he showed you flashes of Aaron Donald, right? He's gonna cause havoc. He's gonna be in the backfield. He's gonna make plays, right? And just like Coach Dre said, when you look at it and all said and done, right, he's gonna cause a double team, right? You're gonna have to game plan for him. You're gonna have to scout. He's gonna be on the scout report. I promise you. One thing about him, if he ain't on the scout report, you sleeping. So he's gonna be on that scout report and he's gonna make some noise. He's gonna have a great season, man, and we just look forward to seeing what he's gonna do on the field.
Which side you think he's gonna play on the left side or the right side, or you don't know? We don't know. He go
Honestly,
either way.
he can go. It really side don't matter. Whether he played a three technique, that's pretty much gonna be up to what we run. Far as that, because we at times we probably gonna run a multitude of defenses. We might run a little 3-4, 4-2-5. It just depends on the situation, down the distance, things like that. So you don't know exactly what he's gonna do far as scheme wise just yet, but just know something's gonna happen, and he's gonna be on that field. Just know that.
Okay. Who's gonna play that other side? Will it be McNeil? Will he come out on top? Is he the top dog other than Chidozie?
So
Or we
right
looking for
now,
somebody else?
I got McNeil penciled in as a starter. But two guys that I wouldn't sleep on is Anquan Bolden and Carter. They're two bigger defensive tackles. I wouldn't sleep on them. But right now, I got Chidozie and McNeil penciled in as my starters right now.
Right. Coach Dre?
No doubt. I got McNeil. I mean, he was the one kid from the defensive line last year that you could count on. And I feel good about the kid. I love the way he comes out and plays. He got a high motor. He believes in himself. But like Rob said, we got two other kids that you need to look at. But right now, I got the block bully and McNeil penciled in at my two defensive tackles.
Oh yeah, them the two I had too, man. I'm looking for exciting things though. Our problem last year, we just couldn't stop that run. We couldn't get off the field when it was time to get off the field. And it seemed like we didn't have no defensive linemen that can take on those two blockers so they would free up the linebackers so they can see what gap the running back is going through and so they can be there. So I'm excited about that. Now,
I think the
with
biggest,
Warren,
I say this to the run game, stopping the run. I don't feel that last year we had enough D tackles that understood the assignment to take on the responsibilities to free up our linebackers, or our linebackers not running in the right hole situation. I think, this year you will see a big difference on the defensive line, especially at the D tackle position of understanding if we can get both our D tackles to one of them causing a double team, that's going to free up the other one to do what they need to do and be in that backfield. So I do think you're going to see a lot of creativity on the defensive line, and you won't see a lot of players playing out of position on the defensive line also.
yeah, I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. Now, if those two start, I know on the defensive side of the line, when I used to play, we had a rotation going because if they keep putting that pressure on, they're gonna get tired because average person on the defense line will be weighing 300 pounds. No way we expect them to play the whole for a quarter. So who are some of the key players on the team that we can expect on that defensive line to give those two a break at times? Coach
As
Ray.
I mentioned before, I got Anquan Barnes and also got Carter. It's my two defensive tackles that
All right, what's Carter's full name?
To
um,
to to
Durant. I know you're
yeah.
talking about. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, I can't think of his
yeah,
first name off the top of my head right now, but yeah, Carter. You ain't gonna miss him. I promise you ain't gonna miss him.
yeah.
He a
He
big
a big
guy.
fella. He
Big
He a
guy.
big
330.
guy.
You ain't gonna miss him. He
Okay.
6'6",
Okay. Okay.
330. Yeah, you ain't gonna miss him now.
How much you weigh?
330.
Oh yeah, he big dude.
Yeah, you ain't gonna miss him. I promise you that. But
Okay.
I definitely you on them short 31s, 42s, 32s, 33s. When I'm running situation, you can definitely see him out on that field. So that's one player I definitely wouldn't sleep on. Anquan Boyce, the transfer from Alabama. Looking to have a breakout season. I got him penciled in on my defensive line to have a breakout season. coming from Alabama. It's his time to go out there and shine and go ahead and put the work in.
Got anything, Dre?
I mean, that's it. I mean, those two guys, and you need a rotation. I need one more, so I think we should have one more because, like you say, the guys get tired, and we want constant pressure. We want constant pressure when we on the field. So, especially if offenses if they happen to have a long drive, you want to be able to get them guys out and get other people in. So, those are Carter and the other kid. That's who I got as well.
Good. Okay, that's good. That's good to know. Uh, besides the ones that we got on the roster now, you think there's a chance in April when that transfer portal hit that we'll pick up another defensive line,
I hope so. I hope so. I ain't gonna
impact
say
line, not just anybody, somebody that can make an impact. I know it's going to be hard for a starter of any team to hit the transfer portal unless he's unhappy, but maybe we can get somebody who's a backup or on the third string, good 300-pound lineman to come in. That would be nice for Coach Brian to bring in for us because I'm kind of worried about this defensive line
I
after
ain't
those
worried.
two starters.
I'm not. I'm not. Like I say, them other two guys. They got playing time. They come from bigger schools. You got one coming from Alabama, and I think Carter came from. We do got another kid.
What is
What's the
that?
kid? Oh, Carter came from Arkansas.
Yeah.
Carter came. So those kids came from the SEC. Everybody know what SEC football is. You know what I'm saying? You
Right.
get so I expect them to be good, but I think I'm hoping that we can pick up one more to give up because
Okay.
I think we need six in the rotation. I think we got five right now, so I think we need six in the rotation. So
Yeah,
I
I
hope
agree.
hopefully we can pick up another one.
I agree. Hey, if you're tuned in right now, if you don't mind, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share the videos if you don't mind. Let a friend know that we own there. And if you own a business and if you would like to sponsor a broadcast on Sunday, contact me or contact Rob or contact Coach Drake, and we'll make sure we put your business out there if you don't mind. All right. All right. Now we're finna move to the defense. No, hold on. Before we move to defense end, will Warren Sapp show up this month? What do y'all think? That's what everybody want to know.
Warren Sapp will be there. You can put it to rest. He just, knock out some of his obligations that he had outside of Colorado football that he's doing. He will be there. He'll be there this week. All right, I'm just gonna leave it at that.
You think he gonna be there this week?
He'll be there this week.
Wow.
Practice and pads. Now you can really get after it. Film room. You can really talk to the guys. You can really start evaluating where things at. If somebody's gonna make the fall roster, because think of mine, everybody that's here ain't gonna make the fall roster, right? So it's still evaluation time for who's gonna be on first, second team, and who's gonna be weeded out. Because always, like I've been saying over and over, the spring portal is going to be chaotic, like no other, because of all the coaching moves that happened after the portal was closed. It's going to put a lot of kids in different situations that they weren't expecting to be in. So the spring portal is going to be chaotic. So that means you got to make room somewhere. So expecting, something to happen, on a CU roster and the evaluations, for each job. But coach, I do expect Coach Warren Sapp to be in the building this week. Mute. You're muted.
I got you. Yeah, I got full confidence in Coach Prime. He ain't never lied. He a real straight shooter. If it was something else, we hear about it. So so we just I think he gonna be there, and the defensive line gonna be ready. So I have no worries.
What you might think about the other defense line coach, Damian Lewis?
I think he played down here in Miami. He played on probably the best football team they ever walked. They ever played with the University of Miami. So he comes from a great coach, a great lineage, and he coach hard. And if you heard his speech, if
Oh
that will
yeah.
get you, you heard his speech, that should get you going. And again, for these kids, that's what they want. He done got to where they want to be, and he done went to the top of the mountain in college. So he knows what it takes, and so them kids, I'm pretty sure they're gonna have their ears open and ready to go.
What you know about him, Dre? I mean, Rob?
Yeah, about what?
No, by the defensive line coach,
You bring in
Damian
somebody.
Lewis.
You're gonna bring in somebody that can relate to the players, that understands this generation. Was no nonsense guy. And with a combination of him and Warren Sapp right now, he's gonna get that D line ready. I
Oh,
promise you, they're gonna be hungry. They gonna be hungry. They're gonna be ready to go. And like you always say, if a coach got to motivate you, it ain't meant for you to be out there.
yeah,
That's
I
the
heard him
bottom
when he
line.
said that.
So
Yeah,
you got to come out there ready to go. Coach shouldn't have to motivate you. You should know what's on the line, what's at stake. What the plans is for the season, and we coming out to win. And if you ain't part of winning and you got a losing mentality, you're gonna be out of the door. That's just the bottom line. As you can see, players are already being cut off the team because they're still walking around with a losing mentality, and it's just not gonna be tolerated this year. It's the tolerance is zero at this year. So you're gonna either get with the pitcher or you're gonna be out there and be replaced.
wow, man, that's good to know that, man. Yeah, I like that speech. I saw that video. Well, he had me like I want to go put on some pads, be ready to rock and roll. All right, let's talk about this defensive end and pass rusher. Last year, we barely could get past a decent pass rush on the opposite quarterback. So this year, everybody's talking about BJ Green. Is he there? Is he not there? Is he coming? Or what? So I'm gonna go to y'all. I think y'all know more about him, but I saw some tapes on him. That didn't discourage me. I think, well, Buff and Prime say he didn't hustle to the ball a lot. They was showing some video. I ain't worried about that right there. You know, I mean, if you want to take a break out, the ball carry way over there, and he over here. Hey, but I still like this dude Motor that I saw some film that I saw, and the intensity that he brings. And he had total 8 sacks last year, according to the internet. So, what do y'all think about BJ Green, the transfer from Arizona State? Come on, Raw, you start off, then we go to Dre.
BJ Green was a good pickup addition to Colorado Buffaloes. When you look at it, you're always gonna have something that you don't like on film. I don't care what the player is. You're gonna have pros and cons with the player. But at the end of the day, that's you're comparing one program to another program. So you're comparing apples to oranges, right? What you see on film, what he did third, is he gonna be allowed to do that at Colorado, right? And those are the questions that you really gotta ask yourself. Is this coach staff going to allow this to happen here or there? And so when you look at BJ Green, there are some things that can worry you, can scare you about his tape, about his film. There are some things positive that you can take out of his film. One thing I know is, it's no nonsense, right? You coming in to play, or you got to go. I do expect him to be here in the summertime. He's not going to play in the spring just because the getting there late, getting enrolled in classes, whatever. The stuff that behind the scenes stuff they couldn't get all that stuff done. But I do expect him to be here in the summer, ready to go, ready to work, and be part of this team.
At the end of the day, you can turn on anybody's films and find positives and negatives. So that doesn't bother me. That doesn't discourage me. The biggest thing is what you got to look at is this kid has played for Prime before. He has a relationship with Prime. So sometimes it takes certain coaches to get certain things out of certain players. And so I can go to you a different way than maybe some other coach could. And so I think you're gonna see the best of BJ Green. This is last year. He wants to make it to the NFL. I think you gonna give him he gonna give you everything he got. And so I'm not judging the kid from what he did last year. I just need him. All I need him to do is to come in here and work and do what's asked of him, and he'll be fine. And I believe that in him. Like I said, I believe in the coaching staff, and I definitely believe in the relationship he already has with Coach Prime. So I think we should be good.
Yeah, I like to do, like I say, man, it's a breathe of fresh air to me to have a pass rusher coming in to be a part of Coach Prime and his defense. So let's look at the other side. Who's going to play that defensive end? You got Sam Okolaka. You got Quincy Wiggins from LSU. I think Okolaka went from Pitt, then came from
Yep.
Pitt. Okay. So are they going to be in a rotation, or who do y'all look to be coming out of spring as that left end starting lineup? Coming out of spring, not going in the spring, but coming out of spring. What player at that position you going to be looking at?
Honestly, for me, I don't really too much care who starts because throughout the game they're gonna rotate. For me, is who can we rely on in the crunch when the game is on the line and we need to go get pressure on that quarterback? Who can we go get? Who starts really don't matter because you can say any one of those, any 6 kids can start, right? Um, I just look at it from this standpoint. Who can I trust when the game is on the line? I need to go get the quarterback. Who is that guy? I like Sam O. I like Alden Walker. I like parts about BJ Green in certain situations. And there's other kids that's being slept on. What they do away versatility wise, does he play in that time? Does he just play, inside linebacker? What they do with that kid? And you still got the kids that was still there, like the Jeremiah Browns of the world. So it's still things to see. Chemistry to build at that defensive end position. Shane Coates is going to be playing in this year. So how does he look like playing the end versus playing the D tackle? A lot of things that people forget about, right? I know he's not a household name that people really love, but Shane Coates played our position last year. Let's just be honest. So let's see what it looks like him playing the end, which I was, begging for them to do last year, was put him on the end, but it didn't happen, right? So let's see what he looks like on the end. Tosh, he's another returning player. So I think a lot of times we forget about the players that was already on the roster and some of those kids playing out of position last year to make an adjustment this year and see how those things change now. So it's a lot still to play out, but we're going to find out a lot of things here soon.
I mean, facts. I got Oka sliding into that starting spot. But like I say, them defensive ends, they're gonna be a rotation. I like everybody that we got at end. I really love Walker. I love Walker. I think Walker is slept on. I think he gonna make a big impact. Uh, and I like Coates. Coates is a leader. If no ifs, ands, and buts about it. Coates gonna do everything you ask him to do, and he gonna be the first one in the building, the last one to leave. And he gonna lead your football team. So all those guys are gonna be in a heavy rotation. So at defensive end, I'm not worried. Like I said, I like where we at on defensive end. So yeah, I like all them guys. I like everybody who we got lining up at end. I think they're gonna give us everything they got.
Okay. All right. That's a good read, guys. Good read on that. I forgot about Coach. I really did. He did play a lot last year. Like you said, he wasn't in the right position, but
I don't
he
think
gave it
he
all.
he. I don't think he had a choice. I don't think he had a choice. We were very slim at the defensive tackle spot, and that's what you call an unselfish player. That's what you call I'm gonna do whatever it takes for my football team. And them the kind of football players you want. Hands down, them the kind of football players you want.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't know he that big till I saw the the video of well off meeting where they were working out. They were showing him. I didn't know he that big. He didn't look that big last year, but it
Well, you
dude
got
like
you got to think about it. He's at the D tackle and you looking at them guards, so he looks miniature.
right.
Now you put him on the end, you're like, okay, he looks a lot different. So
Yeah, it
he
does.
has bulked up though. He has bulked up and put some weight
Yes.
on. But when you look at last year compared to this year, you're gonna see him actually playing where he should be playing, which is at the defensive end position.
Okay. That's good. That's good then. All right. Let's talk about the linebacker group. Now, this this linebacker group, man, it was something else that last year, but look like we got if they don't bring nobody else, look like we're gonna have to go with Bentley at that starting middle linebacker, unless somebody out of the group that don't transfer in gonna come in and make an impact. And I don't heard a lot of names like Keaton Wade, Jalen Webster. So what do y'all think about this linebacker group that we got coming in this year? Coach Dre started off. I know Dre
Um,
want to, Rod want to get in this. I saw him smile. He licking his chops on this one.
I mean, at the end of the day, Bentley, you like Bentley. I think he might be limited in certain stuff, but I don't know what kind of defense we're running.
Whoa,
So,
whoa, whoa, whoa. What he limited in? What he limited in, Coach?
like when I say limited, I mean I just think that I want him to be in the best position to succeed. So if we talking about him having to go out and cover people, I just don't know if that's what's best for him. But him
Well, he
being in
couldn't
the
do it
middle,
last year.
getting him being in the middle and running and filling the gaps. He was our best blitzing linebacker. I got me personally. I got Whoops. I got I got the Webster kid, and I got Victory Johnson, guys. Until somebody tell me different.
Who?
I got Victory Johnson. Everybody I talk about, they say that kid's for real. Sideline to sideline linebacker. Um, he young, he hungry, he want to prove himself. So you know what I'm saying. But I won't be surprised if Bentley out there. But like I said, I got Victory Johnson. I got the kid Webster. If you turn on Webster film from FAU, he
Oh yeah,
jumps off. He jumps
he
off the
jumps off.
screen. He goes sideline to sideline with this great linebacker play that the great defensive line play that we gonna have. I think them guys gonna be able to fill holes and fill gaps. Um, but then we gonna have some great, we gonna have some great competition in there. You still got Gant there. Um, you still got Wade, even though I think Wade might play more outside linebacker than inside linebacker. But you know what I'm saying. But that's what I got right now. You get what I'm saying. So I just like the way that that linebacker core. I think it's gonna be a lot better with this, especially with this defensive coordinator.
Okay.
Well, when it comes down to linebacker play, it depends on the team we play. I think you're gonna see, different starters versus who we're playing. We're playing a running team. You might see Bentley in there, but for me personally, here's my starters. Right, this is just me talking. Um, I'm going with Webster first. This is my number one overall linebacker who should be on the field, hands down. I don't care what's going on. Sideline, playmaker that's gonna go chase down the ball. Number two, I got Wade. I feel like they're gonna utilize him in multitude of ways, but I do got him starting next to Webster. Bentley, Trevor Woods, and B. Gant, I got them all tied for number 3, right? Some way, somehow, when you get to passing situations, you're going to see Trevor Woods out there at the linebacker position. So,
Oh man.
it's you could say it how you want to say it, but them sub packages, we get to third down, who's that linebacker on the field? For me personally, I don't think Webster should come off the field, right? That's just me personally. But I can see Coach Hart
You think
putting Rashawn Wade.
he'll every play linebacker?
Yes.
That
Hands
dude
down.
ain't that big though, Rob.
It don't matter. Hands down, he's gonna go make a play. And he's gonna control the field. He's gonna
Can he
be the
go sideline to sideline?
he can go sideline. He could be the leader on the field. He can do everything that you need him to do. But the reason why I keep saying Keaton Wade is just because I just truly believe that what people slept on him at the University of Kentucky, coming from the SEC, he's coming here to really prove himself to improve his draft stock. Now they will probably use him as the outside linebacker, the Will or the Sam, but I do see him playing a lot of middle linebacker, being out there with Webster a lot this year. Bentley, what Bentley's gonna give you. It's been the same for 4 years, and ain't nothing gonna change. So, in that sense, but those are my two top linebackers right now. With the third mixture of Victory Johnson, Trevor Woods, B. Gant, and Bentley.
Man, if I see Trevor Woods out there more than I see Gant out there, something ain't right. Something going on.
Actually, to be honest with you, if you want to talk
I
about
don't care nothing
speed,
about his
yeah.
IQ.
No, I'm talking about if you want to talk about speed and go sideline, the best two linebackers you want to put out there would be B. Gant and Webster. If you want to see sideline linebackers, them the two. Now, I definitely would not sleep on Victory Johnson though, but those two hands down can go get the
Okay.
job done for you.
So y'all confident that Trevor Woods can be out there at any
He gon'
time?
Again, he a smart football player. At the end, and I understand nobody wants to hear that. He gonna do everything right. He gonna do everything right. He gonna do everything right. He gonna know where everybody's supposed to be. He gonna know where everybody's supposed to line up at, and he gonna do everything right. And you can't. And at the end of the day, kids like that, they always find a way. And I'm
Wow.
just being honest with you. They
Okay.
always find a way. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm just being honest with people.
The one thing Trevor Woods is gonna do, he's gonna watch film and he's gonna understand personnel. Now, he might not always make the play,
Now I understand
but
I
he
understand he
gonna
got
know.
the talent and smart, but do he have the
Hey,
physicality?
this the thing.
He was going to the
Every,
wrong gap all the time.
But
you had he had a lot. He had a lot to process. He had a lot to process, and I think they were trying to move him to linebacker earlier than what we thought, and then they end up having to move him to linebacker because of injuries. Uh, but the kid never complained. He never wavered. He went and did his job, and again, that's what he gonna do. And again, he gonna do what he's supposed to do.
Okay. All right. All right. Y'all didn't sell me on Trevor Woods still, but I'm.
I mean, here's the thing with Trevor Woods. Trevor Woods is one of those players who's always going to do a little things, and a little things is what matters, right? He's always going to be in a spot he's supposed to be in, right? When you look at it now, sometimes he gets a little lost, but for the most of the time, and this is my biggest thing with Trevor Woods is always covers, right? Don't
Right.
get turned around in covers, right? Coming
Yeah.
down and hitting people, I wasn't too worried about that. It's just him playing in space. That's what I didn't like it no matter what film I watch, right? So
Exactly.
that's just me personally, right? You can agree or disagree with me, but
I agree
when you
with you. That's why I don't
when
want him
you
out
turn
there, Rob.
when you turn on the tape with Trevor Woods, it was always him in space and not getting turned around.
Wow, man. I just. But is there another chance that we can go inside the portal and get a linebacker? Is there available? You think Coach Prime will do that, or he's
The,
satisfied
the
with the
way
group he
is
got?
the way it's going, they're going to add one or two linebackers out the portal. How significant those linebackers are going to come in and play is going to be a key. It's going to be a key. Just due to the fact of based upon the evaluation of the spring, how much depth do we really need? They're going to add one or two just for depth pieces, just because of injuries and the longevity of a season. But what do we need in a linebacker, right? Do we need a cover
Right.
linebacker? Do we need another run stopper? Do we just need an overall playmaker? Like, what do we need, right? I feel like we do have two key playmaker linebackers on the roster right now, with the possibility of three. But when you start evaluating the linebacker position, you start evaluating players and what they strengths and weaknesses are. We have a little bit of everything, right? We have that
Right.
playmaker, we have the run stoppers, we have the blitzing linebackers, we have cover linebackers, right? So it's just a matter of time and situation on the field, and when you utilize them and put them on the field in the right places in the right times.
Okay. Tell me, Bentley weakness. What Bentley weakness is?
Covering. If you want to talk about run stopper and go and just blitz, that's Bentley all day long, hands down. But when you talk about him in coverage and have to cover somebody, that's another weakness for him. So I don't look to see him out there on the field when it's covering situations and it's third down, and
Uh-huh.
we got to go cover somebody, or we audible into a different defense. Bentley's just not that guy to be in those situations. Not saying that he can't improve in that situation, but you've seen 4 years of it on film, so it's at what point does it click up here, and you see it on the field to go all together.
Well,
What?
like I say, the only thing we're gonna say is the one thing that I heard Coach Livingston say is he gonna evaluate and look at what these kids can do best, and he gonna try to put them in the best position. Cause so, like my brother saying, I just think that this defense is gonna be based on putting these kids in the best position to succeed, and that's the best thing that I've heard Coach Livingston say since he's been there. So I think the kids gonna be put in the best position to succeed.
Right. Right. I did hear that interview. I think I heard two interviews from him. It sounds good and sounds encouraging. But will the players be able to adapt and be able to perform at a high level when it's time to? There's a lot of these players that come back from last year that don't have that want to. That's my problem with them. They ain't got that want to. That's
I
on the
don't.
offensive side and the defensive side.
I
But the
don't. I
player
don't.
that he recruited this year, it's like them guys got that want to. So that's why I said I
But
didn't want to see Trevor Wood out there. Go ahead, Dre.
I think that rub. See, one thing about football is that kind of stuff rubs off. You understand what I'm saying? So now I got that smell of this guy here, and he wants to. That kind of rubs off on me. And since my brother wants to, you see what I'm saying? You see a
Yeah,
lot of younger, like I take my kids for instance. Whatever my oldest son do, my middle son want to do, and whatever my middle son do, my baby son want to do. You understand what I'm saying? So that
right,
rubs off. So I feel like everybody finna get themselves in the gear because them boys that came in, they letting you know this is what we coming to do.
right,
And if you don't want to get on this, hey, I don't know what to tell you, but you're gonna have to get on it if you want to be here and you want to be
right.
around us and you want to play with us. So I think that's the mentality, and you see that, and I think that's why we're gonna be in a better predicament than we were in last year. And I love it.
Okay. Hey, we got a question right here, Rob. Y'all help me out on this from Jared. He said, "Do y'all know how many scholarship spots we still have open at this moment?"
So
We,
currently we should be sitting around like 80 scholarship players right now. But there's still some more to play out, right? We should be like 79, 80-ish right now. They're gonna make some room. Um, One, Prom wants to keep 3 or 4 scholarship spots open for camps. For the postgraduate camp that he does every year. So he's gonna hold some scholarships open if he gets a player there for like a Juju Mitchell situation where they get released late and you got a scholarship open. So Coach Prom always like to keep 3 to 4 scholarships open at a time. Right now we're sitting around like 79, 80. But that number's probably going to drop to about 68, 69 before the portal opens. So we're going to probably bring in 10 to 12 players in the spring portal. But right now we're probably around 79 to 80 players right now.
Now, if they're bringing in some players in April, and I mean, and the players that coming in August, would they have time to get themselves together and mind right for the regular season? Would there be enough
Oh,
time?
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. You just need to get there early. Like, I think a lot of people didn't give Kamani the benefit of the doubt that he got there super late last year. He got
Right,
there super late last year. But as long as you get there, a lot of them kids, like let's just say Florida, we get out of school right in May, in high school, right at the end of May. And so a lot of them kids will be showing up right at that weekend or that next week, and they'll be ready to go. But most of them they working now. If you going to college and you got a D1 scholarship and you ain't on that campus right now, most of them are working with their personal trainers, getting themselves better on their own, and that's what it takes. It takes more than you just working and practicing. You got to do the extra.
right.
If you ain't doing no extra, you getting left behind. So yeah, I feel like everybody's working.
Okay. All right. All right. Let's get ready to move on to this defensive back, the most interesting part of this defense to me. And before we do that, don't forget if you tune in right now or if you tune in later, hit the like button, subscribe, and share the video with your friend if you don't mind. Also, if you're owner of a business and you would like to sponsor a live show on Sunday with me and Rod, or just Rod by himself, or me by myself, contact one of us, myself, Coach Dre, or Rod, and we will put you out there while we live on air if you don't mind. And don't forget, Coach Prime got a book out. He's been out all week promoting his new book that's Elevate and Dominate 21 Ways to Win on and off the field. I'm supposed to be getting mine sometime next week. My girlfriend, she upset she's going to get it for me, so we're going to see. And also, I read on the internet that the University of Colorado, since Coach Prime has arrived at the university, they've seen a major jump in the revenue and record numbers of applications, including 50% African Americans. And that's good to know right there. And it's 68,000 students applied for this fall enrollment at Colorado. Man, that's huge news to me. I'm glad to hear anything positive coming out of Colorado with Coach Prime there, because Coach Prime got a lot of hate going on behind his name, but he don't let that bother him. So, it's good to know that he don't let stuff like that bother him. But let's move inside the defensive back. Now, tell me something about Travis Hunter. I don't know. I want to know what is his weak spot and what are you looking for him to work on and be better at this year. Now, I know all what he did last year. He an all-American, two-way. Will they play? Will he play more offense or will he play more defense? Or just tell me something I need to look for to see has he got better. Come on, Dre, started with him. We'll go to Rod next.
Um,
What is his weak spot?
I
What is Travis' weak spot?
I think if Travis is fresh on either side of the ball, you don't find a better football player. Um, I just think that I think sometimes we expect more of him than what it is. He a football player. He gonna get beat sometime, and I think people don't look at it that way. I think they don't think Travis gonna get beat. The best get beat, but I don't think he'll have to play as much offense as he played last year. I think he'll be able to concentrate more. I think we'll see more of a Jackson State type. Maybe a little bit more of him on offense than he did at Jackson, but it'll be more like the Jackson State type because I think our receiver room is that good. At DB, he lets you do a lot of stuff because he gonna take away one side of the football field, and when you can take away one side of the football field, it does a lot. You go back and look at any cornerback that was like that. Starting with his head coach and Deion Sanders, you talking about Darrell Reeves, Charles Woodson in his prime, Champ Bailey. You look at all them guys when they played defense, their side of the field it was locked down, and it made it better for everybody else. And that's what Travis Hunter gonna give the University of Colorado this year. If it's hand down, man down, Travis Hunter's the real deal. And you probably seen nobody like it. When Deion Sanders tell you he's better than me than when I was at his age, that's a heck of a compliment. That's a heck of a compliment because Deion was that man at University of Florida State University, and for you to say that, you know what he comes with. Go ahead, bro.
For me, it just comes down to consistency, right? And a lot of people don't look at the consistency on defense, right? A lot of times Travis gets bored on defense because the ball is not being thrown at him so much. So sometimes Travis get a little loose in coverage, and he gets beat on deep routes because he haven't seen a play come to his side, 10, 12, 15 snaps. So for me, it's just consistency, just staying locked in on the defensive side of the ball. Offensive wise, just continue to do what he do. He can always become a better route runner. But if you're gonna look at a weakness for Travis Hunter, just staying locked in, consistent, every day, on the defensive side, because I know how hard it is, to just go out there and understand that the ball not being thrown, and sometimes you get bored out there because you want to go make plays, you want to see people throw at you, you want that test. But a lot of people are nervous and scared to throw at you. So that'd be my only thing that I would say about Travis Hunter is just being consistent, locked in every single play, and not getting bored on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah. Okay. All right. But I would like you don't think he needs to gain a little bit more weight? Because that wide receiver that UCLA, well, he gave him the work, boy.
Well, he's gained weight this offseason. He's gained weight, but
He
I don't
gained
think.
weight.
Yeah, I don't think he needs to go up to like 210. He's about 190, about 195. It should be fine for me.
Yep, that's what I got.
Black Top Media said they going to reduce his playing time. Y'all think they gonna reduce his playing time?
Maybe on offense, not on defense.
I don't think they're going to reduce his playing time. I think they're going to manage his playing time. Um,
Yeah,
so
okay, we
yeah,
can say that.
they're going to manage his playing time better this year than they did last year. But overall, I don't think it's going to get reduced. I just think that they're going to use him in certain situations to manage him throughout the season, to don't put him, overwork him in a sense. And what didn't help is our non-conference schedules. We don't have those weaker opponents like most people do, where Travis Hunter doesn't have to tax his body at the beginning of the season. We out the gate we had to tax him. Against TCU, against Nebraska. And so those open up those injuries, faster, easier because of all those plays that he's accumulating. So the more depth we have, the more versatile Travis Hunter can get, where we don't have to utilize him every single play. I don't see it getting reduced tremendously. I just think they're going to manage it in way better this year than they did last year.
Is he better at defensive back or wide receiver, Coach Ray?
I don't know. I just think he's the best two-way player I've seen. I don't judge him like that. Me personally, I would probably say receiver, but I just think he's the best two-way player I've seen.
What about you,
And that's
Rob?
just being real.
I'm going to go receiver, but also if Travis Hunter was just a lock in on defense, hands down, I would say corner. But it's that inconsistency. I think he just loves to go make plays, right? And he has the
Right.
opportunity to make more plays on the offensive end, which makes him look way greater on the offensive side of the ball than the defensive side of the ball. But if he gets balls thrown at him, I think he'll be a lot better, more consistent, and he wouldn't get bored on defense.
Man, them plays he made last year on that defensive side, man, the way he was reading that offense, man, and he jumped and made them intercept. Man, I ain't seen nothing like that before, man. He ain't just do it one time, he did it about 2 or 3 times. That I just said, man, I know I was watching him at Jackson State. He was decent, he pretty good. But when he
Yeah.
got to the big stage, man, like a light clicked on for this dude, man. So I know it's a lot of talk out there. Shador gonna win the Heisman, but I think if Travis Hunter have a good year and stay healthy, he got a good opportunity to win the Heisman too.
Yeah, that was one of the arguments I said because I've been having is that Travis Hunter will have more ability to win the Heisman over
Yeah,
Shador because he plays offense, defense.
offense and
Now,
defense.
if they can find a way to let him return a couple punts this season, I think will help him. He doesn't need to do it all the time, but if he can find a way to cover a couple punts that helps him, with Shador, it's gonna be more predicated about winning. Stats ain't gonna really matter. It's gonna be how does your stats translate to winning, and that's what's gonna hurt Shador in the race with other quarterbacks of the winning season part of it.
Okay, but
The,
what you think, Dre?
the Heisman is a quarterback award. I
You
guess it's
think
just a.
so?
I mean, okay, you name. I
It's
mean, in
Travis Hunter. Now look, you just said he's the best two-way player you ever seen.
But think about it.
The quarterback gets all the praise.
Yeah.
So if Shador go out there and throw for if we throw for someone like 4,000 yards and 40 touchdowns, and like you say, and it translates to wins, it's Shador Sanders.
Oh, I
It's
give you
Shador.
that. You know that. Yeah, you can do that. Yeah.
You
But
get
see,
what I'm saying?
listen,
So
like the reason why I say he has to return punts, right? Look at the last time the last two-way player to win it, right? Charles Woodson. What did he have to do? He returned punts. He played on defense. He played on offense. And that's the only way Travis Hunter would be able to, unless he goes and gets like 8 or 9 picks, but I don't think too many people going to be throwing at him like that. Unless he
Right.
goes and get 8 or 9 picks and he ends up with 60, 70 receptions and 15 touchdowns, he's going to have to put up crazy stat lines on both sides. Unless he returns punts and turns one for a kickoff, and he's just the most dynamic player on the field. And he's making Heisman type plays, right? Because at the end of
Right.
the day, you got to have a Heisman moment. And so for Travis Hunter, he's going to have 4 or 5 Heisman moments to win the Heisman. But if you put him on punt return and give him a couple kicks, and he gets some big returns that could help him, Shador is going to be more predicated about stats and winning.
Right. Yeah, I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. He gonna need more opportunity. I think he's gonna get those opportunities this year because this is last year, and Coach Prime know that. I think he's gonna give both of them opportunity to win that Heisman in playing time, and may the best man win. Okay, let's go and talk about the other side of the cornerback position. A lot of people on the internet want to know where Kamari McClain is, why he ain't been seen on well off media. I read that stuff. So some people think he done left. I seen one video say, "Hey, I see my Kamari McClain in Texas." I said, "Man, they love to throw. Man, they just put anything on the internet and hope people just run with it, and most of the people do." But I think, I really think, now last year, he was a rookie, right? He got there late, and plus, he didn't weigh enough for me to play on that side over there. And when you look at the defensive back room that they have now, they got a lot of competition going on over there. But I just want to stick and talk about Kamari McClain. I don't want to talk about nobody else. I want to talk in this block right here. I want to talk about Kamari McClain. What do you expect to see coming out of spring practice that from Kamari McClain? Come on, Dre, talk to me.
I mean, he the real deal. I'm just telling y'all, he the real deal.
Oh, just because he's from Florida, he the real deal.
No, it ain't just because he's from Florida. He the real deal, man. I done watched it in person. He the real deal.
You don't see him in person play before.
I done seen him in person. He the real deal. hands down, he just had. It's just the little stuff. It's just the little stuff. It's just the little stuff that he had to work on. Not saying that he's gonna be the starter because I know a lot of people like DJ and I like DJ, but Kamani is the real deal. He's gonna give you everything he got. When it comes to football talent, he can do it. He can do it. He can do it. And so we just got to get a kid time. He wasn't like he didn't get what everybody else got. He didn't get to come in the spring of his senior season, and then he got. I mean, he got there literally right before camp started
Right.
that summer. So and that pushed him behind. And then he tweaked his hamstring, but he never complained. You see, you really watch the videos like y'all say y'all watch him. Y'all see he had his hamstring wrapped, so you knew he had. I knew then he had messed up his hamstring, but he still grunted himself out. And you saw when Coach Prime started telling like, Kamari McClain is a perfect process. If you listen to what Coach Prime is telling you, you start getting better. And you just saw him start getting better when the little things started getting done right. Kamari McClain, you start seeing the real Kamari McClain. And I just expect my man to have a breakout year, hands down. That's my guy. You ain't gonna. I'm gonna always rock with my guy. Um, I expect big things from Mr. Florida. And I know he looking big to come home to Orlando. Maybe 4 minutes from Lakeland. So it's gonna be to bring him to the house and play.
But they defense coordinator should help him out a lot. Rob Levis. You think so, Trey?
I agree.
Before we go to Rob.
I think so. I think so. And when you got again, you not only do you have a guy who's coached it and know what he's looking at, you got the best
Right.
cornerback, and then and if you guys haven't watched Cheryl C's video on Coach Mathis, go watch Coach Mathis and watch the way he came up and how he made it to the NFL. And I think you'll get a great perspective on what kind of coaching and what kind of stuff that these guys are getting. He's just the real deal, and I think he's gonna show people this year. No doubts about it.
Okay. All right. Before you go, Trey, let me read this comment by Krista Wise Williams. She said, Commodity is there on his grind. He has time. People, this is a new learning, the playbook and the different types of plays. I give her that. I give her that credit on that. But will Commodity McClain come out to be the person and the player that Coach Dre claiming that he can be? Come on, Rod.
Hey, listen, Kamari McClain will have a breakout season this year. I get it. Everybody wants to get on the train with the new players. I get it with DJ coming in and hearing what Coach Prime had to say to DJ in the well off video, and they didn't see Kamani and they running with that, right? At some point, right, Kamani's he's going to lock in. He's going to get focused. He's going to understand the assignment. This still is a player that's just coming out of high school ranks that's still adjusting to the college football and understanding the little things that you have to do. A lot of people forget about there is a big transition coming from high school
Oh,
football to
yeah.
college football.
Right.
A lot of times you get away with stuff in high school that you can't get away with in college.
I
And
heard when Coach Ryan say don't be in no field room.
but you have to look at it. A lot of these kids come out of high school ranks don't take watching film in high school serious.
Okay.
You can give them the film all day long and show them, right?
Right.
Gotta
But a
watch.
lot of them don't take it serious until you get there, and now you really see it, right? Because now you got way more resources on film. You got players' tendencies on film. And if you see this person do this, this is what's going to happen, right? And I'm talking about studying you to a T. They got people that's getting paid to do this stuff.
Right.
And a lot of people forget about those things and why, so many people are harping on Kamari McClain. He's a 5-star. He didn't come sit on the bench, things like that. You have to give the kid time to develop. And those are the things that we forget about. Kamari McClain offers a lot of skill set and versatility that a lot of people forget about. He's 6'1" and super lanky, right?
Oh,
Not a
he's
lot of
6 foot?
guards. He's 6'1", 6'2" in there.
Okay.
And
He
and he
actually
produced.
he legitimately 6'2". He
Yeah.
legitimately 6'2".
So
Okay, I didn't know that.
yeah, his arms are super long, and a lot of people forget about what he can bring because they didn't see it. Now he's gonna have to put on a little weight. He's gonna have to tackle better, right? That's kind of some
Right.
of his weaknesses, right? The weight concern and being able to come out there and tackle, right? If you watch the film, you didn't really see him tackle, but it's not saying that he don't want to tackle. He just got set behind, and now coming into the season, he understand to take the weight room seriously, and
Right.
that's the focus of what you want to see, the progress, right? Doing the little things to get your body right to understand the grind that you got to go through throughout the season, and going through it last season, coming into this season, his monster is going to be completely different, and he's going to be ready to go. I truly believe it. I support Kamani 1,000%, and that's a kid that I'm going to stand behind.
Oh man, that's a good take, y'all. On Kamari McClain. I'm rooting for the guy. He don't put the time in and look like he's serious now. He dodging that camera. He trying to put that work in. He know what's at stake. And his mama, whenever his mama speaks, she ain't playing. She come back on them guys. All right. All right, let's talk about uh who's the other cornerback I want to talk about? TJ McKinney. Let's go in there and talk
DJ.
about TJ McKinney. What do y'all know about TJ McKinney? Come on, Coach Dre, start us off.
DJ, I mean, the thing is, he has the game reps. He's done played big boy football, um, and he's legitimately a good football player. No knock on him. I know one thing about it. I know that if Kamani is playing and he's behind him, then I mean, I know my boy, be the kid that can play. I got all kind of confidence in DJ. So it's a 1A 1B with them two guys. But the thing is, he has the college experience. He done played in big games. He done played against some of the best receivers in the country, and he's held his own. So I expect him to come out there and do what he's supposed to do. He's what he is. You heard what Coach Prime said to him. So but it's just competition. Iron sharper iron, and I think all them kids wanna be good. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you come and get coached by the best, and Deion Sanders the best. So I like that kid. I think he had the playing experience that we're looking for, and he's already played in this conference. So that's the biggest thing.
One thing I love about bringing DJ in, it brings competition, right? One
Right.
of the things, what helps a kid better than competition, right? If you don't understand how important this is, I'll just bring somebody in that can replace you, and take reps from you. One of these things about bringing DJ in is now you really got to be focused. You got to understand the assignment that somebody's here that wants to play, that's looking to go to that league, that ain't finna sit back and wait for you to get it right. And DJ is experienced in the Big 12, playing in the Big 12 at Oklahoma State. He was a great addition, pickup for CU, something that we really need. But the only person I got penciled in at corner, hands down, man down, is number 12, Travis Hunter. Everybody else was fighting for a spot.
Right.
So DJ is definitely in that rotation of, line up opposite of Travis. And there's still a lot of work to be put in because ain't nothing guaranteed. But I do like DJ being picked up. It's just experience, what we need at the other corner position, but also who understands the Big 12 and understands, what you're going into, what you're finna face, and a person that can definitely help you in the film room, right? Because he understands the tendencies of some players, being able that he played against some of the players in previous years. So it's just nothing but a benefit having DJ in that room at the cornerback position for the Colorado Buffs.
Okay. All right. Let's look at some more players on that side over there. Also, they're gonna be competing for that position. Now, I thought this guy was gonna come on last year. I think he came from Florida State, but somebody told me he was injured. He's 6'2", right at 210 pounds. That's Travis J. Will you think he stay at defensive back, or you think they're gonna move him to safety, or what?
He plays safety. He don't play cornerback. He plays
He
safety.
plays safety.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. He plays safety.
Travis J was hurt last year. He rushed back. He played in that Oregon game, which he should have never played in. But he was trying to go out there and help his team. And you see what Oregon did. As soon as they seen him at corner or wherever he's at on the field, they attacked him, because he wasn't ready to go. He was hurt, and trying to help the team. Coming into this season, Travis J is going to be healthy. he's going to be a problem, and he's going to do whatever he needs to do to get out there on the field. He could definitely. He's a versatile defensive back. He can play corner, right?
Okay.
He can play safety too. But just want to see where they line him up at, and how they utilize him. But he can definitely go out there and make plays. He just wasn't healthy. So anybody that wants to judge him off of what he did last year, not being healthy, you don't know what he can and can't do because you didn't
Right.
see the real version of him. And those are the things I want people to understand. I was high on Travis J. This is a kid that I like his versatility, and he got size on him as a defensive back. So love to see what transpires this year and how he can help the team win.
And
Right.
again, it comes back to a kid that you gotta love. He wasn't healthy, and he probably knew he wasn't healthy, but the respect he had for his coach and the love he had for his brothers. I'm gonna go out here because we struggling. And he tried it. He put on his hard head and he tried his best to go out there and play. So I love that kid. I think he's gonna do big things. I want him to do big things, no doubt about it. I got mad respect for him.
Right.
He got
Yeah.
great character.
Yeah, he do. I really look for him to put out last year, but I didn't know he was hurt until somebody told me. So who gonna play that nickel? A lot of people keep talking about he's gonna be Preston hard. He's gonna come out on top. Is it?
I got Preston Hodge locked in at that nickel position. I just think it's his job to lose. A kid that can cover outside, inside, who come down to make plays. I just got him. I love his versatility, but I just ultimately got him locked in at that nickel position. I don't see anything. I could see some people fighting for that position, but hands down, he's the best that we got at that nickel position, and that's why we brought him in.
Who's the people gonna be going to competition with him in that nickel?
I mean, you got to give Slusher some credit. Slusher played that position
Fletcher.
last year. I mean, you can use the nickel in all type of different ways, right?
Okay.
At the nickel. Depending on the down and distance, what we're covering, right? Because if you're talking Slusher covering a tight end, he's bigger than Preston Hodge, right? Covering a
Right.
tight end that needs size, so he can come into play depending on the matchups, depending on the scheme, depending on who we're playing in that situation. But it's not even a debate. Preston Hodge should be starting day one at the at the nickel at the nickel spot.
At the nickel spot. Okay. I heard a lot about him. I think he's transferred from Liberty,
Yes.
coming in at 5'10" at 195 pounds. All right. Hey. All right. Before we move to that safety, talk about the safety position. Don't forget, if you tune in, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment on both our page, on Rod page and my page, if you don't mind. And also, don't forget, if you got an owner of a business you want to sponsor uh, the show one Sunday night, let us know. Contact me or contact Rob or contact Coach Drake. And I had somebody to contact me about an hour before we went on the show. They want to do a little sponsor. They're gonna talk to me more about it tomorrow. And when I get all the information, I'll let you know, Rob.
Yes, sir.
Now I pass it on to you.
Yes.
Thank you said she
I
got a
want to answer a
baby.
question for somebody. Did Cam play nickel? Yes, Cam did play nickel last year. When Slusher was out, Cam did play nickel. So that's another option too. Cam and Craig. So y'all just be patient, man. We got some players that can play the nickel, but it's Preston Hodge's job to lose in that situation.
I can hear a lot about this Preston Hard. Somebody say he might come over there and play cornerback.
He can play outside or inside. He's very versatile. Inside is more his specialty. But he can play the outside too, also.
Again, that's good to know. All right, let's move to the safety room. We know Shiloh gonna be back there. I'm sure he probably the only sure starter back there that probably won't have to fight for a position. But what are some things that you looking for him to work on during this spring and this spring practice, coming out of spring practice, that he need to work on to take his talent to another level and so he can get drafted in the first round of the NFL draft next year? What are some things he need to work on that you'll be looking at?
My biggest thing for Charlo, Mr. Head of Game CEO, is just wrap up tackling.
Right.
I love, come down there hitting. But when you don't wrap up and somebody bounce off them hard hits and they still running, you know what I'm saying, that could be a problem. That could be a detriment. So I definitely want to see, you know, him improve on his tackling overall. He can always improve, you know, covering. Will we see the Shiloh like his freshman year that played corner at South Carolina that was handling business? You know, there's still some things to be proven at the safety position. But overall, you know, his IQ on the field, you know, you could tell when he's on the field and when he was off the field. You could see the mistakes that was made by the safeties and when it wasn't. So he's always in the picture, always ready to make a play. It's just being consistency for me with Shiloh. But I can say that about the entire defense last year, right? The biggest
Right.
key word I've been using with this defense is being consistent, doing your job, being in the right place where you're supposed to be at, knowing the assignment. So I'm kind of curious to see how they use Shiloh this year. Will we go single high and put Shiloh in that box a lot more for him to make a lot more plays? Or do we go, you know, too high safety, you know, more cover two look? So I'm definitely ready to see how that plays out. But, you know, Shiloh can do a lot of different things as a safety. It's just a matter of, you know, how this defense is going to look with Shiloh.
I agree with you on that. I think the dude got a lot of talent, man. I like the way he plays, man. He hustles. He always there around the ball. Whether he miss the tiger, make the tiger, he's there. He's there around the ball, and I just think he needs to work on his feet work and watch the angles that he be covering. And he be running so hard, he just forget to lock up the man. If he gonna make contact, but if he run up to a receiver that's bigger than him, he gonna bounce off, and that's why I say if he come up and wrap up, he'll be all right. So who else at the safety position? Uh, at the free safety or the strong safety that we can look for, they're gonna be back there with Shiloh.
For me, I got Cam and Shiloh starting right now. Going into the spring, this is me just personally going into the spring. Those are my two starters. We got a healthy rotation of guys that you can put back there.
Right.
Um, you got a Marion Cooper, who's the starting corner last year. That's in that rotation for safety.
They put him
You got,
back there.
yeah, you got Travis J. You got
Oh
Vito.
man.
You got Vito Tisdale. You got Jonas Miller Jones back there.
Right.
You got Smith, who transferred in from Idaho State. That's back there. You got a multitude of guys. Like one of the positions that we're the most deepest at is the safety room.
Right.
So you can go number of two of ways in the safety room for versatility wise versus your in the box safeties, your single high safeties, who's back there when we play single high with safety, safeties with range, you know, your safeties that you need to put in there for the run support. So there's a multitude of things that you can do with the versatility you can do with the safeties. And it's going to be interesting to see, you know, Robert Livingston and his specialty with the safeties. Coming from
Yeah.
Cincinnati Bengals, that was his key area, the you know personnel that he worked with to see
Right.
what he does with the safeties this year. When it came down to, you know, who was going to be the defensive coordinator, it kind of made it easy to understand that it was going to be somebody that worked with safeties, just because that's what Charles Kelly worked with when he left, and that was one of the key positions that was open that they never filled. So you can kind of, you know, replace that by knowing that it was going to be a safety, somebody who coaches safeties as the defensive coordinator. So when you look at the safety position, it's going to be one of the deepest rooms that they got on Colorado. It's just a matter of how everything's going to play out. Go
What
ahead,
you
Coach.
think, Coach Gray? That safety position. Who else besides Shiloh we're gonna be looking at?
I'm gonna go with Silman Craig, but I just something about Slusher. It's just something about Slusher. It's just something about Slusher. I really like him. I hope he's healthy. Uh, I liked this. I liked him last year, and he was out there when we first went out there against TCU, and then he got hurt, and so I just think he fell out of the rhythm. So, but Silman Craig, he just always beat the odds. He's small, but he packs a mighty punch. He always was in the right spot. He got interceptions. I just love that kid. He does everything the right way. He's what you want in a football player, and so I have nothing but great things for him. That safety spot is going to be very hard. it's gonna be very hard to see who's gonna start in that safety spot. So I feel very good about the way that we are covered in that spot. So we should go out there. We should be able to have very much depth in that position. So we should feel good about the way we coming out and playing.
Right, right. Uh, since we got a lot of players back there in that safety position, how many you think we're gonna lose in that transfer portal?
I'm not gonna speculate on that, Coach. I'm gonna just say this: whoever there, we gonna rock with them, and whoever leave, we gonna wish them the best because they're young men. And I want what's ever best for young men. I tell people all the time, I don't coach for wins and losses. I coach to make better young men. So if they decide to go do something else and they feel like that's what's best for them, we gonna give them the most as much support as we can and thank them for their time in Colorado. But I mean, who is to say? So I'm not gonna even try to speculate on who gonna leave and who gonna stay. We've already seen some stuff and people speculating. That's one thing. I don't want to do. I definitely don't want to speculate. I just want to see what's gonna happen. It's gonna be quick because the portal is only 15 days, and right after
15
our
days.
spring, it's only 15 days. It's gonna open on April 15th. It's gonna close on April 30th, 3 days after our spring game. So it ain't gonna be a lot for us to wonder about. So we're not gonna speculate on that, bro. We just gonna worry about trying to get through the spring healthy, see where we at on the depth chart, and then we'll go with whatever we got.
Yeah, when it comes to the transfer portal, I most players are gonna know their evaluation before they get to the spring game.
Right.
So with that being said, the ones that really want to leave more likely might leave before the spring game.
Okay.
Just like they did last year, right? The
Right.
ones that's iffy, 50-50 about hitting the transfer portal or staying is going to try to play in the spring game to put something on film so they can leave after the spring game, right? Because you only got that 3 days left after the spring game, pretty much 2 days, right? Because you got to take the 27 out. So you pretty much got like 2 days to evaluate, right? You're going to know your evaluation of where you standing on the roster before the spring game even happened, before it gets televised on Fox. Like I try to tell people, now it's out there. You have to understand that in that situation, they're gonna know what their evaluation is, where they stand on the team, where they're on the depth chart. Even when you go through the spring game, whatever the depth chart is, ain't gonna be what the depth chart is in the fall. So there's gonna be some players that's gonna get adjusted around. Some players that got moved for the spring, for evaluation periods to see how they fit in a new position group. It's gonna be evaluated. So there's still a lot of moving pieces to the roster. Now, are we going to see a major change? We're not, but we're going to see some minor changes made with this team, and this is not the finished product of this team.
Man, that's a good insight there, man. I appreciate y'all on that. So, and looking at the whole defense that they have put together this year with the players are there and with BJ Green coming in, is our defense good enough to win the Big 12 this year?
Without a shadow of a doubt.
Even though we got to wait to see how they play together, but just off paper and where they came from and the talents they have, it's better than the one that we had last year. And looking at the Big 12 at its whole, we ain't got to play Texas nor Oklahoma with the teams that on our schedule or our defense good enough to hold a team to 20 points or less.
Without a
Your opinion?
shadow of a, without a shadow of a doubt. I got great confidence in that coaching staff, in the young men that we have, and the young men that we gonna have. Without a shadow of a doubt, we can win. We have a good enough defense to put ourselves in the shot to play for the Big 12 championship. I have no bones about that. Uh, you got to have quality backup to be a championship football team, and right now that's what I think we have. Anywhere you look at in football, to be a good football team, you got to have quality backups. And I think that's what we're building. We got quality backups to go with our starters. And so right now, I feel very confident in what we got. And so I just feel like we should be able to do what we can do.
For me, when you look at the defense, it's still a lot of question marks to understand what we're going to run this year. So for me, I really don't have a direct answer yet, just because I want to see what the baseline of like the base defense, like what are we running and how does that fit to our personnel? Overall, it's going to come down to how consistent are we up front. Um, and my biggest thing that I'm taking away from this on the defense is eliminating long drives, eliminating 12, 15, 17 play drives. And we
Right.
can get drives to where it's, between 7 to 10 plays. I like our chances. I love our chances, right? But if we're constantly on 15 play, 17 play, drives and teams are just driving down the field on us too easy, it's a hard thing to say, right? So coming in with this new defensive coordinator, and the player personnel, as we quote unquote say that we upgraded, right?
Right.
How do we eliminate possessions and get more takeaways? That's what I'm really looking for with this defense, right? How do we eliminate more possessions and get the ball back to this high power offense?
Man, that's a good take. I like that. All right, let's talk about the special team. How y'all feel about the kicking game?
You got two kickers in Feely and Mata. Mata looks like his legs got a little stronger. I seen him kick one from like 50 something, like 54 or something. So I feel good. I just want to be able to get the kick to the end zone so we don't have no returns.
Right.
We got a good punter. So I mean I feel good about the special teams. I don't have no corners or nothing. I feel good about it. I think we got two kickers. Like I said, the only thing I'm worried about is making sure we can kick the ball all the way to the end zone. And that's it.
For me, I don't have any issues with our kicking game. I didn't have any issues last year outside of kickoff, right? Kicking the ball to the end zone. Honestly, I feel like we didn't give our kickers enough opportunities to kick field goals, to put points on the board. I feel like we settled a lot, and didn't kick. I mean, and didn't give our kickers opportunities to kick field goals. So it's gonna be, what do we do this year, right? As far as field goal play, do we utilize our kickers as weapons, or do we sit them on the sideline and hope and pray that the offense makes another first down? So
Right.
that's gonna be the thing that I really look to when it comes to our special teams. I would say the biggest key that we need to step up on when we talk about special teams is our punt coverage. We give up a lot of explosive and big time plays in our punt return when teams return our punts. So we definitely need to step up as far as coverage. But a lot of that play to players that doesn't need to be out, that shouldn't have been out there on the field covering, a punt return, not filling their gaps, not running in their lanes, and creating big holes for people to return. So I definitely want to see a big take and more focus on special teams. But if you watch Prime in previous years from Jackson State, one of the biggest issues was always being special teams. So
Always special
how do we
team.
get that fixed? That's
Yeah.
gonna be the real deal, right?
Yep.
But it's hard spending time on special teams when you got so much stuff you want to input offense, defense, and you're not really spending a lot of time on special teams. So I would love for us to put a little bit more focus, extra 15, 20 minutes on special teams and understanding the assignment on special teams.
I've got a question right here. It says, what do you think about Cam McHale playing safety?
One, let's get him on campus first, right? We know he's
Yeah.
trying to still deliver. Let's get him on campus first, right? We know he wants to play wide receiver. Whether he, play both sides of the ball is still to be determined, right? Because like Prime always does this, you got to dominate on one side of the ball before he lets you play on the other side of the ball. That's just the bottom line. I do like him playing safety, but we have so many safeties in the room right now. He can legit focus on playing wide receiver this year and next year be that two-way player playing safety and playing wide receiver.
What you think, Coach Dre?
I mean, that's it. I mean, the biggest thing is for us to get him on campus, but he wants to come in. He wants to play receiver. So I think we're gonna focus on receiver this year, and then after this year, when the safety room kind of thins out a little bit, then we'll talk about playing safety. Right now, we just gonna worry about playing receiver and getting him on some special teams and stuff like that. Once we get him on campus, um, we just like I say, he a great kid. He's proven himself at the high school level. Now he just got to come in here and work his butt off and show people that he is as advertised. And once you show that, I don't think we have a problem with him going both ways. But I don't see that till next season.
Right. Okay. A couple more questions, and I'll be through with y'all. check this out. If you look at the whole offseason, how do you think Coach Prime addressed by making this defense better? What kind of job you think he did
He did a standout job. You got
on
to
the
give him an
defensive
A.
side?
You got to give him an A plus. He's always he's always been he's always made the biggest jump in year two, and that's what I expect them to do. He got people don't give him any credit for him being behind the eight ball with trying to get the kids that he wanted. He was able to get the kids he wanted this year. He was able to do a lot of things that he wanted to do. I don't think he's done yet. I still think we probably get a few more kids in here, and then we got a few kids that's preferred walk-ons that's gonna come in here and do some things. I expect that Goldberg is gonna come in here and he's gonna really help us. He's gonna help us sharpen up our skills. The kid Lopez, Angel Lopez, he gonna come in here and he gonna do some things. So yes, what Coach Prime did already is big, and I salute him for what he's done and how he's not blind to what he saw, and he went out and filled the needs that he needed. You can't do nothing but respect that as a football coach.
I mean, overall for me, I think he's done a good job. Now, it's still a lot of things that need to play out, more evaluation to really give you a real assessment of what kind of job he really did. Because development can take, it doesn't happen overnight. It takes a while. So it's hard to grade him off what he did right now until you see what does the final product look like. What do we look like mid-season? What do we look like end of the season? Before, we can give out that type of grade. But overall, I feel like fixing the needs of what we need. I think he's done a great job doing that. Now it's all about adding them depth pieces, right, to sustain it. And as long as we can continue to add those depth pieces to sustain it, I think we're fine. I do like the position that we're in. I think a lot of people are sleeping on Colorado Buffaloes this year, and we got a lot to prove. And we're gonna find out a lot about this team here coming soon.
I agree with y'all on that. I really do. So I got two more questions. And I'm gonna let y'all go. But check this out. Uh, do you think out of the first 5 games that we have a chance to go 5-0? We play North Dakota State, Nebraska, Colorado State, Baylor, and like I said, that trap game gonna be UCF and Florida. First 5 games. Do you think we have a chance to go 5-0?
I got us going 5-0, with a couple of close wins, but I do got us going 5-0.
You think that Nebraska game gonna be close?
I got us winning by 14.
Rob?
I got us going 5-0. To answer that question that you had on the board, no, tomorrow's not full pass. They can't go full pass on the first day. That is an NCAA rule. They gotta wait at least 2 days before they can go full pass, which would be Wednesday. Or the third practice. It's not Wednesday. Whatever the third practice, because
It's
they don't have
not,
enough
but it's
practice every day.
not full. It's not full pass. It's just shell.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah,
It's
shields and
not.
helmets. Yeah.
So tomorrow they'll be out there in helmet, and they'll have on the little tight shoulder shocks, not full
Yeah.
shoulder pads. They'll
Yep.
do that for the first 2 days, and then on Wednesday they'll be able to come out in helmet and shoulder pads and shell. But they won't go full. You won't see them in full football attire until after they come back after spring break.
I gotta look at this. It might be Friday. I think it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I gotta look at it because you ain't practicing every day. But
Oh yeah,
I'll
yeah,
look at
yeah.
it.
Okay, I got
You're
you. I
not
got you. I
practicing
got
every
you.
day, so it's the third practice. Whenever the third practice is, because it is for sure Monday, and then I think they go Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But it's literally legit. Like the third practice, then they can go into full pass. But they're not practicing every day. You can't because you only get so many days you can practice.
Okay. So when you think contact will be allowed?
It's the third
Well,
practice.
yeah.
The third?
When you put on the helmet and shoulder pads, it's you thudding up. So yeah, you gonna hear some
Right.
click clack on them days. But you won't have on the bottom pants till they come back after spring break.
Okay. 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 All right. My last question to y'all, and we're gonna close it out. Check this out. One question that I had to look down. forgot what it was. Man, that question that I might have to make up one then. Well, I might have to make up one. I can't remember. Check this out. On the defensive side, who's gonna be the captain on the defensive side? Who's gonna be that leader to bring the team together on that defensive side of the ball? Who we looking for?
We going? I
Just
think it's
one
going.
player. Give me one player. Don't
I'm
matter
gonna
who it
go.
is.
I'm gonna go with Shiloh Sanders. I think he gonna be the alpha in the room, and I think he gonna be the kid with the helmet on, with a coach talking to him through the helmet. So I'm going with Shiloh Sanders.
I'm going Webster. I think it's between Webster and
Well,
Shiloh.
y'all high on Webster, ain't you?
Yeah, I think it's between Webster and Shiloh. I know people gonna try to think Shane coach, but I just don't. It being a leader is different, right? And a lot of people think like your best player is your leader, and most of the time it's not. So, I just the only reason why I'm saying Webster because I think he might end up having a green dot on the field, in that sense.
Ah, man, that's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna be looking for that. Once again, man, I appreciate y'all tonight, and thank everybody for tuning in. Like I say, if you don't mind, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and share the videos. And I would just like to say I thank all of you for your comments. Like I said, I've been getting a lot of the people that I didn't think were watching YouTube or watching the broadcast has been tuning in to the broadcast. And like I say, when I get to work, y'all make me feel like a superstar. I mean, these white folk with suits on and ties and dresses on, they're saying that, hey, we enjoyed the show. I like the way they give they content about Colorado because some of them are Coach Prime fans. They don't know too much about the football team, and when y'all give y'all opinion on 'em, they know what to look for, and they University of Georgia fans. But it's good to know that they watching. I'm sure my supervisor watching, and she told me, she texted me and said, "What time y'all coming on?" I said, "It's gonna be on at 9 o'clock." She said she'll be tuning in, and like I said, man, I appreciate each one of y'all for y'all conversation, and I think we're gonna do it again next Sunday. All right.
Yeah.
Like I said, I got a sponsor. Well, I take that back. She said she thinking about sponsor, and she'll let me know definitely tomorrow. And talk to my first cousin. He got 31 trucks at FedEx, and he said he gonna talk to FedEx tomorrow and let us know that how much he can throw to us about supporting his FedEx trucking company. He got 31 trucks, so he'll let me know tomorrow sometime next week. But I definitely know about my ex-girlfriend. She got a baking company, and she thinking about sponsoring one of our shows. So, like I say, Rod, I'll let you know what she just
All
say,
right.
and you can let Dre know what's gonna happen. But and also, y'all know a dude named Carl Reeves Jr.
We do. He's from St.
He,
Louis.
he, he on
I know him
24.
personally.
He hit me up on Twitter. He said he watched my video. He said he gonna get with somebody to say he want to be a guest on the show. So he said he gonna let me know sometime next week.
Yeah,
So
Carl Reed,
y'all
man. He's a
y'all know him.
legend. He's a legend in St. Louis. I'm from St. Louis. He's a legend. He knows his stuff. He is close to Coach Prime. And
He
he's very
told me that.
knowledgeable. Yeah, he's a very knowledgeable guy. Something that everybody can learn some. It's not just football, but just personal life in general. So, just when you get him on, man, that's a blessing.
I told him I gotta
Yeah.
ask y'all first. I said, man, let me ask them first, see, cause
No,
I
no,
ain't know him,
he's
you
a
know.
legend he's
But
a
I
legend
looked
from
at
my
his
city.
he told me go look at his video. I looked at his video. I said, okay. He went
Yeah,
24/7 sports or something.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
They do a lot of the recruiting services for high schools and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like I
He
said,
did say he was a former high school coach.
Yeah,
yeah,
he
And
was.
he a former high school coach.
he said he watched my video. He said he liked the way we were talking to man, how positive it was. He said he would like how depth y'all go in depth about explaining to the panel about each player. He said he liked that about y'all. So, but like I say, he said he gonna let me know something tomorrow. He got to ask, go through somebody or something. I don't know what he got to do with
Yeah,
24/7. I
we know
guess
what he got to we know what he got to do. But shout out
y'all
to
do.
Corey. He's a legend from the city. But yeah, we know what he had to go through. Yeah.
Oh,
He's
okay.
got.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he say if he say he's gonna try to catch us on Sunday. He say if it not, he asked, I think what he said in that text message. He said, can you come on during the week a little earlier or something? I said, you just let me know. Let me talk to Rob. Say, do he know you? Because I don't know you. Because I don't want to put nobody on here gonna be so negative toward Coach Prime and the football team and throw out misinformation, and people just run with stuff now, man. So, I had to be
Yeah.
careful about that. So that's
Yeah.
why I said,
Just reach out to me on a real phone.
okay, I don't want to put too much out there because I know how people feel, man. But like I say, I didn't see that dude God, what his name?
He ain't here. He ain't here. Law Dog ain't here. He's in here.
Oh, he ain't here?
Yeah, he ain't here.
You think you know what we talked about?
Yeah, I haven't got a chance to
Okay,
call him
all
yet.
right, all right. But like I say, I reached out to my friend that's Coach Prime Pastor, Edward Smith Jr.
Mm-hmm.
I told him about the show. He said he's gonna check out the video. I was gonna try to get him come up and be a part of the panel. And I ain't worried about him, cause I know him and Coach Prime just like that. So he said he supposed to be tuning in tonight. So you tune in, Doc. Give me a call. Let me know can you be a guest, man. But once again, man, I appreciate y'all. And once again, if you're tuning in, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel and Rob's channel. And we just like to say, if you want to sponsor a show, contact me, Rob, or Coach Drake, and we will put it in the air for you. Remember, if you be good to God, God will be good to you. I promise you that. And we're going to start with Coach Drake, then Rob, and then I'm going to close it out. Final words.
Uh, oh man, we appreciate y'all tuning in. Like you say, man, special shout out to B. Appreciate y'all having Roger Man Media on here. We just some guys, like you say, that's trying to put positive energy in there. Again, we do this because we wanna encourage young people, and we wanna do the right thing. And my saying always is, man, if you send no ships out, no ships will come in. And if there's no contest, nobody can win. You can't win a game if it hasn't been played, and prayers can't be answered if they haven't been prayed. So, hey, man, we appreciate you. Go ahead, bro.
I'm gonna just say this: stay. Once this live ends, we will be having another live. We're gonna be talking about the Colorado basketball team, the men's and the women. Y'all tune into the channel. If y'all want to talk about some CU, we're gonna get into some NFL free agency talk tonight. We're gonna get a little bit of everything, man. Y'all just tune in. After this end, give us like about 5 to 7 minutes and jump back on the channel, and we'll have another live for you guys tonight.
All right. Appreciate y'all once again. And don't forget, go out and get Coach Prime book. Let's support him. Elevate and dominate 21 ways to win on the field and off the field. That's Coach Prime. And once again, thank y'all. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and subscribe to Rob. Rob, I appreciate you. Until next time, my friend, be blessed.
Peace.
Peace.